Hi guys, it's Jess and welcome to another reading vlog. I'm very excited for this vlog because I am finally getting round to a book that I have been wanting to read for quite some time. What is that book? Pet Sematary by Stephen King. So this is one of my 5-star predictions for the first third of 2021, and it is coming up to the end of April now, so I really need to get on this and get it read so that I can keep up with my 5-star predictions and also tell you guys what I end up rating it and what I thought of it. This is going to be the second Stephen King novel that I will have ever read in my life. The first one I read was Mr. Mercedes last year. I did a vlog on that. I will link it somewhere up there for you guys if you want to go and check it out. It's not a super long vlog. Hopefully this one won't be super long as well. The last vlog I uploaded was like an hour and 40 minutes long, and it was such a pain in the arse to edit, so hopefully this one goes much more smoothly. But you never know with technology, right? It never works when you want it to work. But anyway, Pet Sematary. I'm really excited to read this. I've heard such amazing things about it, and people have said that it is one of his best works. And I don't really know too much about this other than that it is about a family who move into this house, and behind this house there is a cemetery where people bury their pets, and it's where the children go to play and loads of creepy stuff happens. I don't know, but I've heard that it's quite creepy. I've heard that it's quite tense and dark, which is everything that I want, and it's everything that I expect from a Stephen King novel. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So it's Monday today, and I am hoping to get this finished by the end of Thursday. Hopefully I can get it finished earlier than that, but Thursday is like my cutoff point for this book because I won't be doing any reading on Friday because a certain show is coming out and I will be binging the entirety of that show on Friday. But it's not a massive book, it's just under 500 pages, so reading it in 3 or 4 days is pretty doable. I don't really have any massive plans for the week ahead, other than bits of house stuff and writing and exercising and all of that stuff that you don't care about. So I reckon I could get this finished before Thursday. It just depends. I've not been in a reading slump as such, but I have been finding myself getting quite distracted by other things, which has made reading difficult. But I have started putting my phone away at 9 o'clock every night, so that is probably when I'm gonna get a lot of my reading done because I won't have those distractions. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, like I said, this vlog will be a little bit shorter and I will try and keep it to just reading and not like everything else that I am doing. I am gonna sit down and I'm gonna start some of this now. It is very late in the afternoon though, and I do have other things that I need to do. I would have started this book and this vlog earlier, but I was finishing another book and now I finished that, so I can start this one. Well, hey. But yeah, I will sit down and read this tonight anyway. And I'm thinking of kind of sitting in the dark and reading it by candlelight. That sounds like a good idea to me. I don't know how far I'm going to get into it, but I will let you know. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into Pet Sematary. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning now. It's a little before 10 o'clock and I've been reading Pet Sematary for the last few hours, and I am on page 75, so I'm not that far into it. I didn't read a lot of it last night because I was just feeling really horrible yesterday evening. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just felt really ill, so I ended up going to bed quite early, but I have been up since about 8 o'clock reading this, and I don't really know how I feel about it right now because there's still a lot of setting up to do, I think, but I have got to a part in the book where something creepy has just happened in the hospital, where the main character Louis, I think he's called Louis, or is it Lewis? Like, people pronounce his name differently, but I'm gonna go with Louis. He works in this hospital and something creepy has just happened, and I kind of liked that. But yeah, there's not really much happening at the moment. It's just about Louis and his family moving to this house in a town called Ludlow, and behind the house is this massive forest that goes on for like 50 miles or something, and in that forest is this cemetery for pets, this Pet Sematary, which they saw, and it kind of traumatized their kid Ellie a little bit. It's kind of like her first introduction into death, so that was quite cool. But yeah, I don't really have any opinions on it right now, but I'm hoping that it's gonna get really good. It's quite hard to get into at first, but I don't know if that's a thing to do with the writing, or if it's just because I wasn't feeling great last night, but we'll see. I'm hoping to get to the 100-page mark by the end of this afternoon. I probably will. I'm hoping to read a lot more of it than that, obviously. But yeah, one thing I do like about this book actually is that it has very short chapters, which I love. I love books that have short chapters, because it's just so much more easier to read, and you feel like you're reading more. It gives you that illusion that you're reading more than what you probably are because the chapters are so short, but I like that aspect. So, like I said, it's a little before 10 o'clock now, and I need to get out of bed because I've just been chilling in bed all morning with a cup of tea and this book, which, you know, as mornings go, it's not a bad way to spend it. But yeah, I need to get up now, and I'm gonna go for a really long walk because I need to get some exercise in. The weather is really nice. It's very sunny outside, so I'm looking forward to just being outside, being in nature, and just being active, getting some movement to my body, because God knows it needs it. And then I'll come home and I'll read some more of this. I don't really have any big plans for today. I'd like to get some writing in. I did some writing yesterday and I was really enjoying it, and I've got loads of ideas buzzing around in my head, so I'd like to do some writing today. But other than that, I want to dedicate most of the day to reading. Oh, I also have to count up all of the votes for my May TBR because I asked people on Instagram and Twitter to choose my TBR, and people have been voting for the books they want me to read, and I need to add them all up to get the final winners. But it's been a very interesting experiment, very surprising, so I'm looking forward to doing that later as well. But yeah, that's my Tuesday in a nutshell. I'm gonna get up now, I'm gonna get dressed, and I'm gonna go out, and I'll talk to you all in a little while. Hi guys, so I am just past the 100 page mark now, and I've been reading for the past hour or so. I had a bath and I lost track of time because I was just so engrossed in the book, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like Stephen King's writing. He has this way of just making really mundane, really ordinary things seem quite extraordinary, and he has this way of like pulling you in. Like his writing, I don't think his writing is actually that good in this at the moment, but it's still kind of drawing me in, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna carry on reading for a little bit. And I don't really know how to talk about this book without spoiling it for you guys, but obviously I know loads of people have read it, and so people probably know. I probably don't need to worry about spoilers, but yeah, there's creepy stuff happening in really subtle ways at the moment, which I'm really enjoying, but I am waiting for the creepy stuff. That is what I want, that is what I expect. So hopefully we get to it quite soon. Okay, so I am on page 120 now, and I'm gonna have to put the book down because I am just feeling very distracted right now. I just can't stop thinking about things I want to write, which I haven't experienced for a while, so it's kind of nice, but it is kind of annoying because I did want to get a good chunk of this done this afternoon, but that's not going to happen right now. So I'm going to put the book down and I'm going to go and I'm going to do some writing. I haven't written anything in quite a while, probably for about a month or so, so it is nice to be interested in writing again and to want to write and to have ideas and all of this stuff flowing in my head. So I'm going to make the most of it while it lasts, and I will pick this up again tonight when I'm hopefully a little bit more focused. But yeah, it's quite good. I don't really have any opinions on it at the moment, same as earlier. But as I said, I just want to get to all of the creepy stuff. I think once I get to that, it's going to be really good. I have heard actually that the ending to Pet Sematary is quite crazy, quite shocking. So I definitely want to get through this so I can see what people mean when they say that. But yeah, there's a lot that I'm liking about this book, and I'm just really looking forward to sitting down later and getting some more of it done. Don't mind me just chilling on my bed. I feel like absolute shit today. I woke up with vertigo or low blood sugar or something. I don't know. I just feel so dizzy. I feel like I am hungover, which is ironic because I don't really drink anymore. But yeah, that's how my morning has gone. Although, on another note, my skin is just looking absolutely amazing today. I was going to do a full face of makeup, but I decided no, I am going to keep my skin looking nice. It's just so smooth and silky today, and I haven't really done anything different, but that has made me very happy. So feel like shit, but great skin. But yeah, hi guys, it is Wednesday, and it's actually before 10 o'clock. I'm actually out of bed before 10 o'clock, which is an achievement considering how I feel. Like I said, I feel like crap. I don't know what's going on. I just woke up feeling like the whole room was spinning, and it's been pretty much the same for the last 2 hours. So I don't know how today is going to go. So I have quite a lot of stuff that I need to get done today. My main plan is to film a video that I really don't want to do because of how I'm feeling, but I just need to get it out of the way because I'm not going to have time this weekend to do it. And I also need to go to the shop and get some ingredients for some things that I want to bake tomorrow. I was going to exercise, but that's just not going to happen given that I am struggling to stand up right now. But we'll see how that goes later. And yeah, I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day trying to read Pet Sematary. I tried to read a decent chunk of it last night, but my boyfriend wanted to hang out. So I ended up abandoning it at like page 150, something like that, and just going to chill out with my boyfriend. So I don't know if I'm gonna get Pet Sematary finished in time for the weekend, because it's gonna be a pretty busy weekend. It's my birthday weekend, so I won't be doing a lot, but I will be doing more than usual, which means I won't have a lot of time to read. So yeah, I want to get it finished by like the end of tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I'm still enjoying it. I got to a really good bit last night where things are starting to kick off, and Louis is starting to suspect one of the characters in the story, who is called Jod, and he thinks that Jod is not who he is claiming to be, and he's a little bit suspicious. And yeah, like, I picked up on those points way earlier than Louis picked up on them. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, so we'll see. Like, the spooky stuff is starting to happen, and I'm really liking it. I love the atmosphere that Stephen King is setting up in the book, with like the thick fog in the woods, and the creatures and the voices and things. Like, if you've read it, you will know what I'm on about. But yeah, I'm really excited to read some more of it, so hopefully I will start to feel a little bit better soon, so that I can sorry, I nearly dropped my phone there and I accidentally paused the video. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to reading some more of it later, depending on how I feel, because I feel like I might end up falling asleep today. We'll see. But right now I am gonna get this video filmed, and it shouldn't take me too long. So yeah, let's just go and do that. Hello again. It is the afternoon now, and I've done everything that I needed to do. I haven't exercised because I feel rubbish, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I am feeling slightly better, but I still feel really bleh. And I don't know what's going on. My eye keeps watering, which is really annoying. So if I look like I'm crying, I'm not. It's just my allergies or something right now is playing up like crazy, and my eye just won't stop streaming. I've taken an antihistamine, but that's not really done anything. So I'm just gonna have to cope with it. This makeup will probably come off by the end of the day because I just keep rubbing my eye. Look, it's going again now. Like, but anyway, I'm gonna sit down and finally read some more of Pet Sematary. So last night I was left on page 155, chapter 23. I don't really know how far I plan to get into this today, but But it is 2 o'clock, so I have a good 3 hours before my boyfriend comes home from work. So 3 hours is plenty of time to get enough read. Not gonna make any promises. So yeah, it's also National Tea Day today. So I've made myself a cup of tea, which is probably going to go cold now because it's sat there by the window and the window's wide open and it's a bit chilly outside. But that's fine because it means I can drink it pretty quickly. But it is National Tea Day, so I'm celebrating by doing a very British thing, drinking tea. Yes, I'm going to chill with my cup of tea. I'm going to read some hopefully scary content, and we're going to have a nice relaxing afternoon. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hello. Yeah, I moved to the bed because it's comfier and my head was starting to spin again, so I just needed to lay down. I am feeling crap, so it's very difficult to read, but I am past the 200-page mark now, so I'm about halfway through this book, and it's getting really good. It's quite creepy, and I think I know what's going on now, and I have an inkling of where the story might go, but it's Stephen King, and you just can't predict, like, what's gonna happen in his books. Like, I have no fucking idea what is gonna come next. I just know that it's gonna be crazy. But I'm really liking the concept, and I'm a little bit annoyed that the main focus is on a creepy cat. Can I say that? Is that a spoiler? I don't know. But there is a creepy cat in the story. And cats are bastards at the best of times. So making the focus of the book a creepy cat is not making me like cats that much. Like, no, I like cats, but I don't love them. And yeah, I don't know, like, if this book could make me scared of cats, that'll be interesting. I think I just spoiled it for you. I mean, there's a cat on the cover, so it's pretty obvious that it's about a cat. But yeah, I'm liking the concept though. I think I just said that. But it sounds really cool. So that is where I am at with this. I am probably gonna have a nap for a little bit because I'm feeling so disgusting. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Just gotta deal with it. Sun's out at least. It was quite cloudy earlier, but now it's sunny, so that's making me a bit happier. I'm just gonna drink as much water as my body allows and try and have a little nap, just to refresh myself. I don't know where this has come from, but I'm living with it, so I don't know how the rest of today is going to turn out. It's probably a good idea that I don't vlog too much because I don't want to make this vlog any longer than it has to be. But to sum it up, I'm loving the book. I'm going for a nap. Look what I did to my book last night. The thing was peeling, like the laminate, the plastic that covers the cover. It was peeling, and of course I pulled it off yesterday because I can't not peel things. I'm one of those weird people. And now the ink has like come off with the plastic, but some people online have said that it actually looks quite cool, and I don't hate it as much now as I did yesterday. But hi guys, it is Thursday. I had to think. It's Thursday. It's still the morning. It's just gone 11 o'clock, and I have been reading all morning. Well, I've been doing other things, like I did an hour's exercise, but then I got in the bath and I read some of Pet Sematary. I got up to like page 290 something last night, and now I am on page 317, chapter 42. And so I'm into like the last decent chunk of the book now. I'm on part 2. I know part 2 and part 3 are like considerably shorter than part 1, and stuff is kicking off. And last night I had to stop reading it because it was getting too it was getting a bit wild, and I didn't want to like give myself any nightmares. So I had to put it down because things were just going in a direction that I felt were a little bit too creepy for reading before bed. And yeah, this book has taken a very drastic turn. I wasn't expecting it to go in this direction. I literally thought it was just going to be about animals and about a cat, but it is a lot more than that. It is so much more than that, and I can't really tell whether I absolutely love it yet, because there are parts of the book that I am struggling with. Sometimes the writing falls a little bit flat and I find myself skimming over some paragraphs, but then other times I absolutely love it. So I don't really know where I sit on the rating side of it, because usually by now, like this far into a book, I would know whether I'm going to rate a book 5 stars or 4 stars or whatever, but I don't really know yet. So it's going to be interesting how the last chunk or so of this book is going to sway me. It could go either way, but it's definitely not a bad book, and I can totally understand why people are loving it. And it's definitely got a lot of great atmosphere, like really dark atmosphere, and it's kind of brooding at times. But one thing that does annoy me actually is the fact that Stephen King, particularly, I mean, this is only the second book that I've read of his, so I don't know if he does it all of the time. Please tell me if he does. But in this book, he kind of spoils the story for you, and it's really annoying. Like, he has that all-seeing eye thing going on, like there is like an omnipresent being watching over everything, telling you this story. And I'll give you an example, and this is an example that happens twice, and I'll try and tell you in a way that doesn't spoil it too much. But there are 2 characters in this book that eventually die, and I mean, one of the characters you probably wouldn't care about that much because they're kind of like a side character, but another well, they're both side characters, but one character you'd probably care about more than the other. But anyway, 2 of these characters die. But before they die, he tells you like several chapters beforehand that they are gonna die in the future. So like one character he mentioned, like he wrote a sentence of like, oh, and then in 10 weeks time they're gonna die, or this is the last 2 months of their life kind of thing. So you know they're gonna die. So then when it happens, the shock value is not there. Like the impact of it is just completely lost on me, because I was like, oh, well, I knew that. And it kind of annoys me a little bit. I'm like, why do you do that, Stephen? Why? Because it would have been so much more shocking if he had just said nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I love a good twist. I love a good plot twist. But when you're spoiling it like that, it just loses all effect. So That kind of annoys me a little bit. That's like one tiny little thing that grates me about his writing. But yeah, like, what what can you do? But my plan for today is to try and get this finished. I'm about 150 pages from the end, so it's not that much left to go. I am planning to do some baking today, but I don't know if I'm going to get it done this afternoon because I am still waiting for some things to show up, because yesterday I realised, oh, I forgot to get these and I forgot to get this. So I ordered them. They should come today, but I don't know when. So if they don't come this afternoon, I'm not going to be baking today. Which is fair enough. It means I have more time to sit and chill with this book. So yeah, like most of the stuff that I needed to get done, I've done. Yeah, I've run out of things to say, which is a rarity because my mouth can go at 100 miles per hour. But I'm going to leave you here for now. I am going to read some more of Pet Sematary and I will update you all in a little bit. Oh gosh, it's happening. The thing that this guy has been toying around with for the past few chapters, it's finally happening and I can't deal with it. It's really creeping me out. Like, I have goosebumps right now. It's so creepy. And I love it. I am loving it. I am here for it. This is what I was expecting. Well, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it's the kind of thing you would expect from Mr. Stephen King. Oh, gosh. I need a cup of tea. I'm just casually baking some muffins on a Thursday afternoon. They look so good. Look at them. Just look at them. Look at my muffins, guys. I have never made muffins before, and I think they have turned out pretty great, actually. They're probably slightly overdone, and I don't know if they're going to be stodgy at the bottom, because normally whenever I try and bake something like this, something goes wrong. So I'm not going to know until later because they're too hot to eat right now and I need to let them cool for a little bit. But I'm very excited. They look good, so hopefully they taste good as well. But I've used milk chocolate chips and dark chocolate chunks, and then inside I put in 2 squares of Cadbury caramel chocolate. So like when you bite into it, it should hopefully have a gooey chocolatey caramel centre. That was the idea that I was going for. Whether that actually worked or not remains to be seen, but I will let you know on that front. Anyway, guys, I only have about 50 or so pages of Pet Sematary left to finish, so I will definitely get the book read by the end of today. It's coming up to 5 o'clock now, so I'm probably not going to update you later. I have to start making dinner because my boyfriend will be home from work soon and he is always hungry. And like the first question he asks me when he gets home is, are you hungry and what's for tea? So I am going to make a start on that. I might as well, seeing as I've been baking for the last little bit. But yeah, I'm very excited to finish Pet Sematary. I love it, but I can't say that I love it. So we'll see what happens in the last 50 or so pages. But I will probably see you all tomorrow. I just finished watching Shadow and Bone on Netflix, and what the fuck? What the fuck did I just watch? I watched it all in one go. I've been watching it since 8 o'clock. It's now 3:30, and all I can say is, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm not going to talk about it too much because I know a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and some of you might be sick of it. But wow, incredible series. Not 100% perfect. It had its issues, but overall, really solid series. I really enjoyed it. It's 8 hours of just quality entertainment. Ben Barnes is amazing. My 14-year-old self is just screaming on the inside, and now I really want to watch Prince Caspian again, because that film just ignited my love for Ben Barnes. But wow, that's all I can say. Just wow, just absolutely amazing. What the fuck did I just watch? Also, what the fuck to Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Let's get back on topic, because I finished this last night, and yeah, I have no idea what happened in this book. It was crazy, and it went in directions that I was not expecting it to go. Obviously, it's Stephen King. He could take you anywhere. Anything can happen, and nothing is off limits with him. He just takes things to the next level. So I've heard. This is only the second book that I have read by him, but it was a very enjoyable experience. I'm not really sure how I feel about it 100%, but I know that it's not a 5-star book, unfortunately. It's more along the 3.5, 4-star side of things for me, because I did find it quite hard to get into initially, and I do have some gripes about his writing. One of the main issues that I have, and I looked online last night, and a lot of people were saying very similar things, not just about this book, but about a lot of his books in general, is the fact that he writes in the omnipresent. So he uses like an all-seeing eye type of narration in this book, and he ends up spoiling plot points before they happen. And it really annoyed me, because there were two things that happen in this book involving character deaths. One of them was quite a major plot point, but he tells you that those characters were going to die like several chapters before they actually died, and so when it happens, all of the shock value is lost, and you're just not that invested. If he hadn't have done that, and then those things happened, yeah, I would have been very shocked, very surprised. So that annoyed me. And then he does tend to go off on tangents in this a little bit. Not completely, but there were a few passages where I was just a little bit bored and found myself skimming over a little bit to just get to the good stuff. But having said that, I loved the story. I loved the atmosphere that he created. It was really tense towards the end, and it was really dark, really brooding. Definitely the best kind of book to read around Halloween time, for sure. Not a book that you should read before bed, because this could give people some nightmares. I think if you read it before bed, you'll probably be sleeping with the light on, because it's just that kind of story. But it was really interesting, and I did find myself getting sucked into it towards like the second third of the book, and there were lots of things that lots of pages that I tagged, just of really cool quotes and stuff, things that I really liked. I do need to start annotating my books better instead of just dog-earing. I need to get some proper tabs so that I can actually find things easier. But yeah, there are some just really, really good things about this book. Some really great family scenes as well. Great scenes between the main character Louis and his son Gage, and there was one scene that just made my heart swell, made me so happy. I love it so much. But yeah, like, I really liked this, but I didn't love it, I didn't love it enough to give it 5 stars, but I would still really recommend this to people, and I can definitely see why this is considered one of his best works. I will just say as well, another thing that I really liked about this book is that it is horror, but it does focus a lot more on the theme of life and death and everything that comes with that, and it's kind of a look into grief and how people cope with death and how people grieve differently, and the things that grief could make you think and do. So that was really interesting, and it could give you an existential crisis, because it did make me stop and think a little bit about things that I don't want to be thinking about normally. But there we go. So yeah, as I said, really enjoyed it. Another good experience with Stephen King. So I'm very interested to see what I'm going to be picking up next and what I think of that next book. Hopefully the next book that I read will be 5 stars. I do have Misery on my shelf, which is another Stephen King novel that I have been very interested in reading for some time. So I will most likely get to that one next. It's a lot shorter than Pet Sematary, and I think that one's about an author who gets held hostage by some crazy fan who tortures him and forces him to finish his novel or something to that effect. And I've heard that is really good, a really good book. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Alright guys, that is pretty much all I have to say. So I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've read Pet Sematary and what you thought of it, whether you agree with me or not. Also, please feel free to give me any Stephen King recommendations. I know that he's written loads of books, and I'm probably not even going to touch the surface of his work anytime soon. But if you have any books by him that you would like to see me read and do vlogs about, please let me know. Always welcome. And yeah, please leave a cheeky thumbs up if you liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos from me in the future, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye guys.